So, you want to be an AI engineer? It can feel like you're lost in a maze, right? There's just so much hype, a ton of courses, all these roadmaps that just seem to contradict each other. But what if there was a clear, practical path forward? Well, in this explainer, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to light up that path and give you a real, concrete roadmap you can actually follow.
And hey, if you're asking this, you are definitely not alone. I mean, just take a quick scroll through forums like Reddit, you'll see this is one of the most common questions out there. Aspiring engineers everywhere are looking for that clear, practical roadmap.
And this one really hits home for a lot of people, doesn't it? You've probably seen a dozen roadmaps, but somehow you're left with even more questions than when you started, especially if you're trying to begin from zero. It's easy to feel completely overwhelmed. And what if you're already an experienced developer? Well, the challenge just looks a little different. You've got data structures and algorithms down pat, but now you've got to balance all that with this whole new world of machine learning. It's a tough mental shift, and honestly, it's a super common stumbling block.
All this confusion, all this struggle, it kind of begs the question, right? With such a steep climb, is the view from the top actually worth it?
Okay, let's just put a number on it. 15,53,396 rupees. That's the median annual salary for an AI engineer in India, according to PayScale data. So to answer our question, yep, I'd say it's definitely worth it.
A salary like that doesn't just happen by accident. You know, we're smack in the middle of a modern-day gold rush for AI talent. The opportunities are absolutely massive, but just like any gold rush, you need the right tools and a good map to find your fortune.
And the demand is no joke. It's surging. Between 2016 and 2020, India had the second highest AI hiring rate on the planet. And from 2015 to 2022, it saw the highest penetration of AI skills worldwide. And this isn't just a tech thing. We're talking finance, healthcare, consulting, you name it. They're all looking for AI talent.
Okay, so the why is pretty clear. Huge demand, great pay. But what about the how? What's the biggest hurdle, the price of admission that stops most people from breaking through into AI?
Right here, this is the big one. For so many developers who are amazing coders, this is the great filter. See, AI isn't just about writing programs. It's about understanding the mathematical principles that actually make those programs work.
But just saying you need to learn math isn't helpful at all. That's like telling someone to build a bridge without giving them a blueprint. So, let's create that blueprint. Let's build the exact mathematical foundation you need, piece by piece.
So how do we tackle this so-called math monster? It's simple. We break it down into 4 key pillars. Now, this isn't just some random list I pulled out of thin air. These are the core areas outlined in the classic Mathematics for Machine Learning textbook. And here's the best part. You don't need to learn all of math. You just need to master these concepts.
So why do we start with linear algebra? Because it's literally the language of AI. Every single piece of data, whether it's an image, a sentence, or a stock price, it gets turned into vectors and matrices for a computer to understand. Trying to do AI without it is like trying to write a novel without knowing the alphabet. It's that fundamental.
The authors of that textbook said it perfectly. The goal of building AI systems gives us a direct, obvious reason to learn the math. This isn't abstract theory for the sake of it. Every single concept you learn has a real, practical application in building models. The why is baked right in.
Okay, so we've nailed down the why, that huge demand, and the core what, that math foundation. Now let's put it all together. Let's build an actionable roadmap.
Here it is, a simple 4-step path that pulls everything we've seen together. Notice how it flows. You start with a theory, then you apply it with tools. After that, you prove you can do it with a portfolio, and finally, you get ready to get hired. It's a clear line from knowledge to actually getting a job.
Let's zoom in on those first 2 steps. You start with the math theory we just talked about, but the absolute key is not to get stuck there. You have to immediately connect that theory to practice, use it to build algorithms, and get your hands dirty with the tools. That constant back and forth between theory and application is where the concepts really start to stick.
All right, the last 2 steps are all about one thing: getting that job. A portfolio of projects is your proof that you can actually do the work. But here's a super important point that a lot of people miss, especially for ML engineer roles. You need to be a great software engineer first. Strong coding fundamentals aren't just a bonus, they're the price of admission.
But hey, getting your first job is just the starting line. Following this path doesn't just get you in the door, it actually sets you up for long-term growth.
so you can keep boosting your value in the market year after year. And here's what that growth looks like in real money. Just look at that incredible jump from an early career to a mid-career role. Your salary can more than double. This isn't just a job. It's an investment in a skill set that pays off with massive dividends. So how do you speed up that growth? Well, the data shows two really clear paths. Getting a master's degree can give you solid credentials to back up your experience and really strengthen your hand in salary negotiations. At the same time, you have to keep your tech skills razor sharp by staying current and maybe even specializing in a high-value industry.
Okay, let's zoom out one last time. Following this path is about so much more than just your career. It's about putting yourself at the absolute center of one of the biggest technological shifts in human history. Just take a second and let that number sink in. $15.7 trillion with a T. That is the sheer scale of the transformation we are living through. The work you'll do, the stuff you'll build as an AI engineer, it's going to be a part of this massive history-making economic engine.
And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? Learning these skills isn't just a professional upgrade. It's about gaining the ability to actually contribute to and help shape the technologies that are going to define our future. So there you have it. The maze is solved, the motivation is crystal clear, and the roadmap, well, it's right here in your hands. So really, there's only one question left. Now that you have the map, what are you going to build?